Listen, people, it is that time again. Welcome to the show. StepFans and chill. Hey, if you really a Step fan, then you should be on the email list at bigassteeth.com so you could come up and get on the list for all the future shows coming to your city at any time. This is Mikey Winfield, the one and only. And I'm just here to tell y'all, man, hey, men, this is for you, right out the gate. If you on out with a girl, you know, and she's on like a casual, cool diet, that's great. But if she's like, yeah, we're going to have a cheat day, and you're like, all right, cool. You know, I get it. That means you eat above your calories that you would normally eat. Well, if she does about 6 cheat days a week, she can't be trusted. How can you trust someone who's doing more food cheat days a week than days of the week? She can't be trusted. So you think if she can't even cut down the food cheat days, she won't cross that line on you? I know I'm coming in hot this week. But there's things you need to think about. And I think we need to open our minds and realize that these things, these clues are around you at all times. Especially when you meet new people. You know what I got to say? Stop fooling with those people that got wild animals at the crib. You know they got the back room and they're like, oh yeah, that's where I keep the snakes. Nah. Relationship over. No. You ever, man, I met this girl, she was like, oh, don't go in that room. That's where the leopard is. I'm like, what you mean a leopard? You got a leopard? You're not supposed to just have a leopard? That's some crap that like old women and myself wear for fashion. You're not supposed to have one tucked in the back. Nah. No. What happens if I drink too much and your house is the closest? And then I'm like, all right, so let's go to your crib. I forget the leopard's in the back. And then maybe she leaves the door unlatched. And then the leopard is not cool with new people coming over. And now I'm just a victim. Yeah, now that's the news. Like, as a comedian, you can't have stories like that because no matter how serious it sounds, when it's read out loud, just because comedian is attached to me, people just gonna laugh at the story, and people are not supposed to laugh at your fate. They're not supposed to read the news and it says, comedian attacked by a woman's leopard, has to cancel his weekend in San Diego. That's just not cool, man. So if a person, shows you the photos and you're like, oh yeah, this is, right. Nah, man. Because animals be animaling. And I just think you know better. Stay away from these people. And they're gonna pop up in the comments and like, my, what do they say? They'll say, my Jaguar, it doesn't even kill people. Yeah, just because you built the bond and probably just got a longer time. It's gonna get you eventually, but it's definitely gonna get you a guest. It's so much going on, man. I don't even know where to start. I hate social media. I hate it because I'm seeing everything. The most recent thing, man, this is why I hate social media. Man, I'm watching this woman basketball league where all they wore was panties and T-shirts. I hate this. Why y'all got this out here? Why are you forcing me to watch this? I'm watching women play basketball in panties and T-shirts. And I watched 3 games. What is this? No comparison to the WNBA. I have nothing to say about the WNBA. It's a fantastic organization. That's it. But this over here, what are you doing? Why is this even out? Like number 12, she was nice with it too. Like she was crossing them and then she had a thong. They didn't all have thongs on. Some just had the other panties. And then one girl, man, she was playing the whole time. And you know how half the panty goes in the ass and then the other panty still covers the butt cheek? She had that going and she would not correct it. And it was distracting me. I'm trying to watch the game, and she just got half her panty tucked in. She could shoot, though. She had a decent shot. But I'm like, this is all social media, man. They done had that there, had a link, took me to the game. I watched 3 games of this. I don't know if I'm supposed to be spending my life's time like this. I'm supposed to be out here, offering things to the world. And I just felt like that set me back. It really set me back. And that's just part of the reason, man. It's social media. That's what it's doing. It's just, you got your face down and you just watching stuff all the time instead of being the productive person you're supposed to be. I would like to give a special shout out to the women who feel bad because you don't do anything and you don't go anywhere and you're probably just gardening the whole time or, doing house activities. Do not feel bad about that. You are special and you are not obligated to be in the streets. All right? If you just like the house and building rocks in the backyard, hey, that is a beautiful thing. That is a special place, and you have earned the right to do that. You don't have to be walking down, spending money all the time. Now, I know that can become an addiction too. A lot of you just want the best gardens, and now you out here paying, I don't know, $150 for 22 pounds of blue rocks, and then you gotta control yourself. We all need some discipline. That's the word of the day, really. It's discipline. You know what you're supposed to do. Listen to it. Listen to that voice. Got some news, man. This news is wild lately, it's not Diddy today. It's always something. It's always some new story. This just popped into my news feed right here. Listen to this. A British daredevil broke a Guinness World Record when he performed 7 backflips in 30 seconds, but that's not it. 7 backflips in 30 seconds, hear me out, while on fire. Yo, that's some wild stuff, man. I used to be against this stuff. I used to be against people trying to be in some stupid book so their name can be listed for a world record. But now I'm like, hey, it's your life. I need something to look at and something to read. So if you're willing to put your life on the line so I have content, thank you. It's very pleasant and sweet of you. This guy's name is Ryan Looney, 28. 28 is the age when you're like the stupidest, too. You like real dumb before you hit your 30s. You just figuring it out, doing stupid stuff. At least when you get older and you do stupid stuff, you know what you just did is stupid. When you're older, you're like, all right, I know I shouldn't do this, but all right, no protection. You do some wild stuff when you get old, but 28, you just dumb. You just rolling with it. So he's a daredevil. Imagine that. Imagine you give yourself a self-proclaimed title of daredevil. Wow. He also has multiple Guinness World Record titles to his name. He says he was fully engulfed in flames for his acrobatic feat. He goes on to say, I was freezing. I'm wearing a couple layers underneath that are soaked in gel and put in a fridge for 24 hours to help protect from the fire. He said it was extremely cold. But you know what? Look what he did, you guys. I used to be against it. Like I said, he did this for you. You're never even going to watch this. You're just going to listen to me tell the story. This man did 7 backflips in 30 seconds, so his name can be in some book that you may or may not look up because you saw a clip of it scroll through your Facebook platform. And congratulations to him.
How did the guy whose record he broke feel?
All right, let's see. Yeah, that's wild. Imagine that. Imagine you the guy that used to have the record. And he broke it because you was a bum. You only did 6 backflips. You did 6. He came out and did 7 backflips. in 30 seconds. This guy, he crying at the house. He no longer has his name in the book. His girl don't respect him. He's like, why you ain't cook? Well, you not in the book anymore. Your little bum-ass 6 backflips couldn't sustain. He's like, I could do more backflips. And at this point, I'm sure he can't. This record was in the book for a while. And you thought it was going to stay. You thought it was legitimate. You thought it was like, I don't know, the Wilt Chamberlain record or Kareem. No, eventually records get broken. And then you out of shape. And now you can't even backflip anymore. So now you got, just because you went out here, Ryan, to prove stuff and to get in the book, now you got this other man suffering in his regular life. He didn't consider that. I'm sure he didn't consider that at all. He just like, I want the record. People are so selfish. Looney successfully set the record for the most standing backward somersaults in 30 seconds and was immediately sprayed with a fire extinguisher and wrapped in a towel to extinguish the flames. He says, there are so many records for full body burns that I didn't even think I could have a chance at touching. So now that I've done this record, I've kind of got the bug again, and I think I could do more. I'd like to tell you guys he's 28 now, and we'd be lucky if he gets to 30. That's life, though, man. At least he's doing something. A lot of us have children, and they just at the house, taking up space, zero ambition. Like, they don't do nothing. They ask you for money, and, hey, can you Apple Pay me? But are they out there trying to do stuff? Are they trying to backflip even if it's without flames? No. I don't know, man. I'm turning into one of those people. I'm turning into one of those people that thinks, not my generation is better, but I am thinking like, where is the ambition? You know, people found out that you don't have to do nothing to get famous. They watch these reality shows of people getting all these numbers and, you know, and they equate that to happiness. I'm not sure that's it. I'm not sure that's the answer. My recommendation, build a trade. Yeah, get good at something. And hopefully you realize that it takes time to be great. People, I wasn't always this nice on the mic. I had to build it up, and I had to get there. I'm returning right now to one of your favorite segments, you guys. We're back. You've been writing me about it, and I'm overdue for it. You know the segment. Animals be tripping. All right, you guys. This happened in Massachusetts, where the town is under siege from an apparently territorial woodpecker being blamed for damaging more than 25 vehicles in the area. That sucks. Rockport resident Janelle Favaloro managed to capture a photo of the culprit in the act of targeting a vehicle with his jackhammer-like beak. Now, listen to this. This is where it gets wild. We have a vandal in the neighborhood, she says. He was described as 18 to 24 inches tall, wearing a black and white woodpecker head. Imagine a 24-inch bird. Now, I'm going to believe this story. She wrote it. But how scary is that? You know, what you going to do? What you going to do when a 24-inch woodpecker is just beating up the vehicles in town, just on top, just ruining stuff, pecking mirrors, windows, putting dents and beak marks in it? And woodpeckers, they go wild. They just get in there and they just like woodpeckers go to work. That's why they call them that. A lot of us, man, we didn't know what was going on when we was raised with Woody Woodpecker. Remember that cartoon? We used to, you know, yeah, he was a positive guy, but when you look at it, he was a little crazy. He had that stupid, scary laugh. Imagine if you heard that, because we used to watch cartoons during the day. What if you heard that laugh at like 2 in the morning and then a window shatter? That's some of the scariest stuff you could hear in your life. What was the laugh? Yo, that's frightening. You hear that at 2 in the morning and the windows is breaking? Yo, imagine, we need to make that sketch. We need to make the Woody Woodpecker adult stage sketch. That sounds terrifying. She says she knows of at least 25 vehicles that have been targeted by the bird, usually on side view mirrors or windows. The woodpecker showed up and landed on the windshield wipers of the RV in a yard and was looking at his reflection. And they were like, you know what? I bet that's the one that damaged the mirrors. Well, I bet it is too. Story gets better. Some residents said they started protecting their mirrors with plastic wrap or sweaters while the vehicles were not in use. They're looking for answers here. Another guy said the woodpecker cracked his passenger side window while he was sitting in his pickup truck. Visualize this one. Sit on this one for just a minute. This is how fearless the woodpeckers are, all right? This man is sitting in his pickup truck. The woodpecker knows it. He knows that a human is sitting right there in the pickup truck. He lands on the front of the pickup truck and just starts damaging the windshield. I don't know if he packed up some tequila or something to be this fearless. He did some major mental something packing to be able to get on this pickup truck and ferociously just start destroying it. They had to bring in doctors to evaluate this. And listen to this story. While the woodpecker's on the pickup truck, knowing the guy sitting in the back, at that point he's fearless. He's like, I'm going to do this. I'm pecking this window. He says it was staring me right in the eyes for a solid 30 seconds. Could you imagine a woodpecker staring at you in the eyes for 30 seconds? Is that not? And their eyes is going off to the side. They on the side of their face. So that means the thing had to turn his eyes to look you directly in the eye. For 30 straight seconds, I would think I was about to get murdered. I mean, what else could you think if a woodpecker fearlessly lands on a pickup truck, starts destroying your window, and then staring you in the eyes? I don't know, man. That's not human. All right. So we brought in an expert, Matthew Fuchsjager, co-director. What kind of name is that? Look it up for yourself, you guys. Ecology and evolutionary biology graduate at Brown University. He said the woodpecker's behavior can likely be explained by the current mating season, in which the males of the species are known to become fiercely territorial. They're a ferocious bird, and they're really strong. He said it's the biomechanical equivalent of a hammer. And if they're seeing their reflection of themselves, they don't understand it's a reflection, and they're competitive. So what's happening is this woodpecker is seeing itself in the mirror and just attacking itself and destroying property, which in this case, it destroyed over 25 vehicles, man. Ain't nothing safe. There's nothing safe if you got woodpeckers out here tripping. All right, let's jump into some love, man. I don't even think this is love, but it's a relationship, man. I think this is like some people's worst nightmares, So this girl, she writes, she's 19. She says, over Memorial Weekend, me and my boyfriend went on vacation with my family. We had lots of fun, but on the last night, my boyfriend told me that he found my stepmom attractive. Everybody knows you hold that in. If she got a mom or a stepmom and she bad, you keep it in. Everybody knows. She knew this before she knew you. You don't say these things out loud. It's known. She says word for word, what he said was she aged like fine wine. Man, this dude must have been on that drink because it's just pure etiquette. You just know not to do this. I blew up on him because in the very beginning of our relationship, I told him that was a hard boundary of mine. Is my significant other finding other people attractive? Hit the brakes. All right. That's not how stuff works. Because you get in a relationship, you no longer find other people attractive. See, this is what my young people are not going to understand. You don't change. All you learn is how to understand protocol, how to go about these things. But you don't stop finding people attractive. You just navigate better. That's silly to say. All right, I'm sorry. She clearly has some type of trauma. I had this boundary up because of my previous relationship, and I told my boyfriend exactly why this is up and went more into depth with him about this. I blew up on him because of that, and because I feel disgusted with what he said. It grosses me out that he finds one of my relatives attractive, but especially my stepmom. It reminds me of one of those sick fantasies of doing it with the step-parent or a step-sibling. All right, she's familiar with the porn industry. The next morning we had to leave, and while we were getting ready to leave, we hardly talked to one another. Well, but on the drive, we had to take one of my parents' friends back home as well, so I was trying to be as civil as possible. With that, my boyfriend kept touching me and kissing me over a period of time. And every time he did, I just wanted to recoil back into my own skin. I'm going to stop it right here to say this. Listen, if you date anyone that says, I don't want you to find other people attractive, leave. It's a red flag. And it's a major red flag. It's red flaggy enough to say you don't want to be with this person. People, stop putting yourselves in these situations. People tell you who they are. There's so many people out here. I know it feels like it's hard to meet people. That's because you believe that. Believe that it's easy to meet people. And it will become easy to meet people. And continue to meet people until you find, what is that called? That compatible one, that special one. Listen to this. He bought me flowers when we made it back home, but I still have this pit in my stomach and I don't know what to do. You need therapy. You're dealing with trauma for whatever reason why you feel this. To put someone in a situation that they cannot find anyone attractive is silly. It's ridiculous. And it's something that people with no experience in relationships would come up with, just so you know. We've both kind of moved on from it. I don't think you have, but he's been asking how far my boundary goes so that he doesn't make the same mistake again. He also said that he forgot about my boundary, which is a little believable because he does have a bad memory. All right, good. He threw in that he has a bad memory. Let me tell you, having a bad memory will save a lot of stuff in a relationship because you can always fall on it. You're like, I don't remember stuff. And it works. But at the same time, how could you forget my partner's hard boundary? Well, I don't know. I also told myself that if I see any signs from my past relationship, I would end things immediately. But I'm in a bit of a limbo because at the same time, I don't want to stay just because I have feelings for him. Other than that, we have a pretty good and healthy relationship. I just need advice on what to do or what to say because I'm conflicted. I'll take any advice. Well, this is my advice for you, young lady. Set him free and go get yourself fixed. You got an issue that's deeper than who knows, and he's suffering because of it. I mean, I don't think he should have said your stepmom is aging like fine wine, which she probably is, because if you're 19, I don't know. how old she is, but let's just give her a fair 20 years. That puts her somewhere in like late 30s, early mid 40s. I bet you she's looking real good, quite nice, falling into place, just beautiful. To the point where he couldn't even hold it in. And he shouldn't have said anything. He should have just known it. He should have done his best not to stare, not to get fixated on this. But he couldn't. He couldn't hold it in. So that's his flaw. That's his mistake. But as far as you go, listen, you're going to be dealing with this forever. I'm sure that when others come around, they see your stepmom when she's there. I bet you they're like, wow, who is that? And you got to deal with it. You're going to have to face it. That's what the world offers. Sometimes you could be tall, but there's somebody taller standing right next to you. That's what the world's going to be, and accept it. It's life. It's part of it. Grow up. Deal with it. And stay single until you're ready to really take and accept an all encapsulated love. Listen, people, I'm here to help. All right? I'm here to set you free of these blocks that you have in front of you. I can't save everyone. I'm doing my best. Thank you for tuning in to StepFans and Chill.